The sponge that you use every day to clean your kitchen may contain more bacteria than your toilet. And in this video, I'll show you why this is the case and also how you can actually also stop bacteria from growing on it. So hi, hello and welcome again. Microbehunter here. I'm Oliver, and in this channel I explore everyday microbiology and how microbes affect our daily lives, both in good ways and in bad ways. Now let's first talk a little bit about the mechanism on why there are so many bacteria, especially on sponges that are used in the kitchen. Where do the bacteria come from? Well, actually from the environment, of course, and the conditions on a kitchen sponge are really ideal. The sponge is wet, it contains food particles, there's oxygen present from the air, and under these conditions the bacteria divide and multiply very rapidly, and they divide to a very high density. And then basically some bacteria can divide once every 30 minutes. You have exponential growth, and this causes a very rapid increase in bacterial numbers. And as a matter of fact, on a kitchen sponge you can find one of the highest bacterial densities in the household. So a kitchen sponge is really microbiologically a disaster. Yes, the bacterial density has been studied, and one study actually shows that there are more than 10 to the power of 10 cells per cubic centimeter. I mean, this is an enormously high number of bacteria, and this can indeed be a problem. Yeah, first of all, of course, it's unhygienic because when you're using this kitchen sponge, you're spreading bacteria on tables and also on the plates that you're cleaning, and actually it's making the surfaces microbiologically dirtier than before the cleaning. Now this can indeed be a real concern, because when you're wiping raw meat juices, example from a chicken, well then bacteria like Salmonella and Campylobacter, they may be present and they are going to multiply in the kitchen sponge. And if those bacteria are ingested accidentally, well then they can cause illness, and I think it's also simply disgusting. And don't forget that those bacteria can be infectious even at very low numbers. So now what can you do against that? Well, the rules are actually not so difficult. Some people recommend that you should microwave a wet sponge to disinfect it. I'm sure this does work. Heat does kill the bacteria. But I mean, if the sponge is kept wet, then the bacteria are going to very quickly recolonize and grow again. So now what we need is, of course, a practical solution here. And after use, I recommend that, of course, you want to rinse the sponge thoroughly. This removes food particles from the sponge, and therefore the bacteria cannot reproduce as quickly. Hot water helps here as well. Hot water does kill bacteria as well, but you also want to press out any excess water, and you should also let the sponge dry quickly, and you should also store it on a dry place, because bacteria cannot multiply when they're dry. But if you put the sponge next to your kitchen sink, because of the spray water, it will be moist all the time and wet all the time. That's not a good thing. So you do not need any complex disinfections. You do not need to microwave the sponge. Just make sure that you keep it dry, and when the sponge is visibly dirty, of course you want to throw it away. I, however, use disposable paper towels at home, but I do understand this, for some people this might be of an environmental concern as well. So yeah, that's basically all the recommendations I have for you. Kitchen sponges are fascinating. They are an ecosystem. They are alive. I love it as a microbiologist. So many interesting things to discover. But actually, I don't want to have those bacteria on my food and on the plates. So, and for this reason, let's stay a little bit clean here, and let's place the focus on the things that are easily overlooked. Yeah, and that is basically moist areas, wet areas inside the household where bacteria can multiply. Wish you all the best. Happy microbe hunting as always. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.